Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to take an old N64 controller with a joystick that's a little bit too floppy, and I'm going to show you how to put one of these new construction, newly designed joysticks into it. These are really great. They're the equivalent of the same size of an N64 joystick, but with all of the feel of a GameCube controller, so it's great. This is a very simple project, and all you really need is these two parts, the controller and the new part, which you can order on Amazon for pretty cheap. The shipping seems pretty great. And I use 2.5 millimeter, but you can use whatever you want, 2.5 millimeter screwdriver. As you can see, I've already taken a few of the screws out. All you gotta do is flip this controller over. And then there are screws here, 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 over on this side of the port. Right there, and right there. Now let me take those out. Be back in a jiff. Now normally I would just leave all these screws in the controller as such, but what we're going to do is we're going to take off the back part of the controller. Now this is not vital, but you're really going to want to make sure you try to keep that Z button in place. So I'm going to attempt to do this with one hand for educational purposes. But yeah, as you can see, that Z button lifts up. It's attached to a little pad that we're going to have to remove in a second. The triggers also as well are very important to keep in place. Oh, this screw is still a little bit tight. The triggers, as you can see, they come out quite easily. It's not that big a deal if they fall out. I'll show you how to put them back in a second. Oh, well, we lost a trigger on the way. So just place that off to the side. This trigger came out, as you can see. All you have to do is, if you see right there, there's a little ring. All I gotta do is take this little part where it sticks out, put it into the ring, doing this through the viewfinder, not quite simple as it should be, and just put it so that the rubber end touches against the plastic push piece thing. So next, we have to remove the Z button cover, which is right here. You do that by just pinching and pulling it in one direction. So we're going to pinch it, pull it. We got that out. Put that off to the side. So now we got to remove this thing. This is the same thing, just to push it to the side. See how I just pushed it this direction? And now pull it. Just lift that out. Don't lose that. Don't move that too far. It's a big deal. So now we got 3 screws. We got one here, and one here. This black one, you don't need to do anything with. That actually just tightens stuff. You don't need to worry about that. This is the cord right here that it's attached to. As you can see, there's a top part and a bottom part. What we're going to do is we're going to take the top part, pull it out, and replace it with that one, with our new construction stick. So I'm going to unscrew these, and then take that out and put the new stick in. Okay, so I've screwed in the new assemblage. As you can see, all I gotta do is put this blue SATA cable, or whatever that is, it looks like a SATA cable, this blue cable, right over to here. As you saw several times, the L and R buttons fell out, not a big deal. Do not lift this motherboard out of the controller, because then you'll have a lot more problems on your hand. So I'm just gonna pop that in, and I will be right back. Okay, so most of the hard parts are already over. Now, this is important. We have to put this back the way we found it. So So we're going to have to flip it back over, I actually believe. No, it's a board, sorry. So we push that underneath. This is very hard to film, I apologize. We push that underneath there. Gotta sneak it underneath that one. Good, got it. Didn't even get it on camera. And then we just have to put this back exactly where it was, which is right here. Doing the exact same thing. And I feel like I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to do this off camera. Be right back. Perfect. And this is the part that you will clean if your Z button isn't working. Right here. And then the part on the back, obviously, where the Z button actually connects right about here. So, now we've got everything in place. The stick is in place. I'll prove it to you later. Now what we need to do is we need to close it all back up. So just grab the screws that you should have saved and pop the back on. Now if the Z button falls out, all you have to do is just manage to puzzle piece that back in, you'll be all good. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. And we're all good. You can see, we got a new stick in there. Much nicer. Now we have a brand new, spanking great looking N64 controller. And all we had to do is take out a few screws, which I may actually need to tighten up. Thanks for watching, everybody. You should definitely try this out if you have an N64. Those sticks are not the greatest thing ever, and for the small price tag of like $5 or less, you can get one of these great sticks and replace it with just a screwdriver. Oh, and one more thing. If you don't have a magnetic screwdriver, like I have, these little screws back here are literally almost impossible to get back in. So do not let those fall out unless you are prepared to magnetically drop them in. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be back with more of these kind of videos. Thanks.